I talk about Abercrombie and Fitch a lot, and since everybody says the fall is the best time to dress your best, I went out to Abercrombie and Fitch to see if this is truly the best store to be shopping at. And I am not gonna lie, got a little ahead of myself. I ended up buying 9 things. Grand total, $860. That is insane. Damage is done. Here's everything that I bought. Starting off with a pair of pants because, truth be told, I'm pretty basic with my pants. I'm really making an effort to change that and decided to go with some trousers. And I got these loose fit pleated trousers in a size small. Of course, for reference, I am 5'8", 172 pounds. Snug on the waist, but falls perfectly all the way down to your ankle. And it has this really nice little pleat to it. And since that old money trend is not going anywhere, this is the perfect pair of pants. Now look, I'm gonna be experimenting with a lot of different pants and a lot of different styles. However, as far as pants goes, I only bought this one. But honestly, for good reason. Everything in Abercrombie and Fitch right now just looks amazing. Since I love the look of polos, let's start off with this zip polo. This is long sleeve, very minimal cable knit design. This color is amazing. I gotta say, in store, it looked a little bit more burgundy, but now that I took it outside in the light, it's definitely a little bit more on the purple side. Definitely out of the normal, which I always say, it's always great to switch up your style, and experimenting with a new color is the perfect way to do that. This is again a size small. This one retails for 80 bucks. So yes, definitely a little bit more on the expensive side, but I love Abercrombie clothes. They fit nice, they look good, and in my experience, they've always held up nicely. And honestly, anything cable knit just looks beautiful. So really excited to wear this. And the more it gets colder, the more I see myself wearing this with jackets and a bunch of other stuff. Speaking of jackets, I am so excited to finally pick up a leather jacket. I've been talking about this for so long. This is something that I've always wanted to experiment with, and I quite literally think that this is the perfect leather jacket. It has a slight crop, so it's gonna sit exactly where it needs to. The silhouette is not too bulky. Although it's a leather jacket, it looks nothing like a biker jacket, which I'm personally just not a big fan of. And I gotta say, this is definitely more on trend. When I thought of a nice looking leather jacket, this is the one that I thought of. And retail price, $150. So as of right now, this is definitely one of my more expensive jackets, but it's definitely worth mentioning that most leather jackets are just insanely expensive. So sub $200, this is probably one of the best leather jackets that you could find. And if you're really interested in trying this trend, I think Abercrombie is the perfect place to do that. Now again, keeping things very old money, I decided to pick up an Oxford shirt. Oxford shirts can be worn pretty much anywhere. They look good, especially if you're on the younger side. This is probably the easiest way to dress better than all of your friends. I got it in a brown color. If you know me, I'll pretty much buy anything in the color brown. And so when I saw this shirt, not only was it an Oxford shirt, which is something that I've been looking for a while, because it was in the color brown, I decided to buy it. This one does retail for $70, and also I saw a tag that said Moto Blend. So honestly, it just looks like we unlocked a new fabric. I have no idea what Moto is, probably do some research on it later, but just keep in mind, this is definitely a lot lighter than I expected it to be. The reason why I kept it was because I do live in California, and right now when it's fall, it still tends to be a little bit more warm, so I'm perfectly fine to wear this. And if you live in a colder climate, I would look for a different fabric for your Oxford shirts. But for me, this was a great pickup. Now moving back to more simple stuff, because I know a lot of you guys do like your basics, but here's the best way to dress better if you're still into basics, and that is elevated basics. These are your simple things that just look so much better. And for today's pickup, we got a long sleeve t-shirt with a plissé design. Honestly, Abercrombie has been killing it with the plissé look. It's such a simple way to elevate your style, make you look more sophisticated, make you look more old money, while still staying very close to your comfort zone. This one is also a size small. I love the way this fits, and it's Pima cotton. Pima cotton is definitely more on the high end quality, so if you're wondering about that $7 price tag, it's probably because of that. In fact, this is what other brands are really known for, like Uniqlo. They market Pima cotton so much, so I'm really glad that Abercrombie's dropping pieces with the same material. Now, because it's in the color black, you really can't tell that it's plissé unless you're up close, but either way, this is just one of the pieces that I could see myself dailying more and more, especially moving deeper into the fall. Now look, if it gets colder, you still need a good jacket. And there's one jacket that I am so excited to wear, and that is their new wool blend jacket. Now, I've said it so many times, but if you want to start dressing better and you want to start elevating your style, you need to get more high-end materials. And so far, one of my favorite materials to have is wool. Wool is definitely going to keep you the warmest in the colder weather, and honestly, it just looks so much better. Whenever I wear anything wool, I honestly just feel like Bruce Wayne. Super classy, yet very simple. This jacket is also cropped, so if you're on the shorter side, just like me, you don't have to worry about these jackets completely swallowing you and making you look like a little kid. Crop jackets are the perfect way to go. I think this is just one of the best colors to wear in general, and I'm so excited to start filling out my wardrobe with more pieces like this. And if there's one thing that I can completely fill up my wardrobe with, it's quarter zips. I think this is the easiest thing to look better, to look more put together, while still keeping things very casual. And there's so many different types of quarter zips, but the one that I'm going to be wearing the most of in the fall are sweater quarter zips. And I was talking about wool earlier. Abercrombie's new quarter zip is a merino wool blend, which gives it really nice texture. Most wool pieces are very itchy. This one is not. Color black is gonna make you look sleek and minimal, and it's gonna pair with anything else that you want in your wardrobe. I think out of most things that I bought, this is probably the piece that I'm gonna be wearing the most, and I just know I'm gonna get a ton of compliments wearing this. Overall, an absolute great pickup. Now look, one thing that I'm really big into is if you notice yourself wearing one thing a lot, you should try getting it in a different color. Whether that's a quarter zip, the zip polo, maybe a jacket. Like I said, I love my elevated basics. So what I did was bought another plisse long sleeve, but this time in a dark green. As always, I just absolutely love earth tones. And as much as I like that black one, I wanted something to stand out a little bit more. And so I went with a more vibrant color. And since this one's just so soft and so comfortable, and it's a perfect base layer for most of these jackets that I bought, especially when it gets colder, pairing these two items, it's just gonna make you look so good and keep you very warm. But of course, as time goes on, if I notice I'm just wearing that quarter zip a ton, I'm gonna go buy more in different colors. But of course, everything's gonna be linked in the description as well as right here on YouTube Shopping. Now, these are the items that I bought, but year after year, if there's one thing that I recommend starting off with, is a nice hoodie. And if you wanna know the 10 best hoodies to buy, here's a video to show you exactly that.